Good morning, everybody. JL Overland here, and I have an exciting video for you today. I've got a couple of new parts that I want to show you, and I'm going through the install of two of them, so stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to be installing is the Vector Off-Road JLE Full Contour Width dock. This is a dock that goes on your dashboard, in which you can attach a whole bunch of different mounts. I have the 1-inch ram balls that I can use, and all it is you drop this in here, and you tighten this down, and it'll hold it in place. It is held in with a couple brackets. These two brackets that go in the in your little dish tray, and these two go on the outside towards the front of the Jeep. These are the corner guards. There's 4 of them. 2 of them they're different. You can tell there's different sizing in the hole right there and there, and they go into certain spots on the aluminum bars. It comes with all your mounting stuff and everything you'll need. So what you'll need for install is going to be a 10mm socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, and then a 1/8 inch and a 5/32 inch hex Allen key. So I got a whole set right here I can use. So let's get it started. Alright, so first step in this whole process is going to be to remove your little rubber mat tray up front. Pretty simple. You can reuse this if you want. All you'll have to do is to cut off the end wing pieces right here, and then you can still use the middle one, or you can leave it out. It's up to you on what your preference is. So the first thing you're going to do after that is going to be to remove the 2 Phillips head screwdrivers that are right here. Hey, a penny. To remove the 2 Phillips head screwdrivers right here. Make sure to hold on to these screws because you will use these for the installation again, for the brackets. So, now that you've removed those 2 screws and set them aside for later, next step is to remove these 2 little plastic trimming pieces right here, and right here. You will not be using them again, and the directions do say it's probably easier if you can fold down your windshield and install it that way, but I cannot because I have the goby rack on and it doesn't allow me to fold down the windshield. So here's what it looks like. Right now I'm using a Gerber with a flat end screwdriver to pry this plastic piece out. If possible, try to fold down your windshield and use an actual trim piece remover tool. It would really help you with try to remove this one and the next one. So the second one, it's a little bit more difficult to pop out, but if you can get into this part right here and just wiggle it out, it is way easier. So the next step is to get some of these 1/4 inch screws right here. What you're going to do is on each of the corner brackets on all 4, you're going to insert it just about halfway. When you're done, just keep doing it for each side. So now we're going to create the whole track, and the way that it is explained in the directions or in the instructions is that on two of these corner brackets will have dimples on them. If you can see right here, this one dimple right here means this one goes to the driver's side, far left, and this one right here with the 2 dimples right here will go to the passenger side on the far right. And then these 2 with no dimples on it will be the center corner brackets. And you only have these 2, the ones with the dimples, if you have the full contour dock. If you have the mid-width, then they won't have the dimples and you will just have these 2. So if you put them together, you're going to have the long centerpiece, right here and here, and you will start tightening them down just so they are snug. So now that you have the long piece set up, you get the two smaller track bars, and they don't have any ending on each side, so they will go on the outside of the dock. And now you're going to put on the other corner brackets going away from the bracket. Passenger side. Driver side. And now you get the last two pieces. They each have the corner or the ends of it bracketed off, so that way nothing slides out, and then you will put them on. And there you go. Now you have your whole track ready, and now we can start installing the brackets. So now we're going to install these center brackets. I already installed the first one just to make sure that it get in there. You're going to put the brackets in like so, going outward, and then this one going outward. And you'll use the factory screw to attach them to the factory mount. You're going to just install them loosely for right now, a little bit snug, just enough place so we can get the bar underneath it and then tighten it down. Next thing we're going to do is going to get into here, and if you can, I don't know if you can see it in here, but there is a 10mm bolt right here, in which we'll loosen up just a little bit and slide in the other bracket. And then we will slightly tighten it a little bit just to get a little bit snug, so we have some adjustment. So with everything installed really loosely, what you're going to do now is going to install the dock underneath all the brackets. Make sure it's super loose, or you wouldn't be able to get these ones, the outside brackets, over it. So you're going to line them up in the holes. This one will not go into this hole. You have a little sliding dock that will go in here, and you tighten underneath it. But this one will go in here, and then you use the quarter-inch button head bolts that come with it, and you'll tighten these down. So this outside, or the driver's side bracket, is going to be interesting if you haven't seen it before. So these little nuts, like focus, will drop in to the rack. And what you got to do is you got to kind of finagle it around so that way it's flat. And with that, you can use that to tighten down the last bolt. And that's how you will get all of the future accessories that you have. You'll drop them in like that, like so, and then tighten them down. And like that, that part is done. And now, with all of the brackets secured, make sure they're tight down. You will start tightening the two factory screws, and then the outside bolts, and then start making sure all of the 8 inside little screws are tightened down, and then the outside bolts, and then you'll be done with install. So now that you have your everything tightened down, you can start putting in your mounts. So I have a RAM short arm with the X grip for my phone, and you have to buy these balls separately. So they have the 1-inch diameter ones for the RAM, and then they had the vector size ones that would go for any of your not vector, I mean 67 designs arm mounts. You have to order them separately, and it's the same concept as the nut down here. You drop it in and you finagle it so it's flat, and then you take the screw and you tighten on top of it. So now you can attach whatever accessories you want. Right now I just have this is my phone mount, and this will be for my guide GPS mount. You'll probably have to figure out whatever works for you. If you don't want that cluttered, but here's what it looks like without any of the accessories. And you can always just take them out if you want. There's no issues. All you gotta do is just loosen up your arm and just take it off, and the balls will stay still. If you don't want all this clutter in the front of your dash at all times. But yeah, that is the Vector JLE mount for the JL. So the next thing I'm going to install is going to be these Rugged Ridge Headlight Guards for the LED lights for your JL. They're made of aluminum. I mean, they'll protect your headlights if anything. They're pretty cheap. I think 45, 50 bucks. So pretty simple install. All you're going to do is remove your grill. There's going to be 6 pop buttons on top, and you pull out the grill, and then you remove the 3 screws around your headlight, and you place this over it, and you have your included mounting hardware. They're 6 button bolts with hex keys, and you'll use that to install it. So here's what it looks like. So at this point, I removed all of the existing factory bolts that were holding the LED light in place. So instead of using the button bolts that Rugged Ridge had supplied, I ended up using the factory ones just because, for whatever reason, I could not get the button bolts to properly thread into the screw mount. And I didn't want to cross-thread them and cause issues later on, so I reused the factory bolts, and they went in pretty fine. There was no issues with that. And with that, you have your headlight protectors on your LED lights. And I like these just because they match better with the factory headlights, factory LED lights. Give it a little bit more protection. And that's it. So thanks for watching. That's some of the new stuff I've gotten over the past couple of days. I wanted to get installed for Jeep Social that we're going to today. Kind of a long overdue video since the return of the Colorado trip. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos about